right, Therapy Thursday is on. That means that we try and help you out because talking it out actually is better than acting it out. You know, that's what we've learned. People who out there who actually do this for a real job regurgitate what you say, help you whittle through your thoughts. And that's what we try and do here without all the education. So you got Dr. Davi, you got Meredith MD, you got Orlando OBGYN, dressed like an OBGYN.
Yeah.
Today.
Yeah, you are.
You look very professional today.
Very nice.
Davi asked me, "What you got to go to court?"
Yeah.
That's always the first thing. Because if Davi dresses up,
Yeah, if
we
Davi
ask
dresses up,
him.
he got a wedding or he's going to court.
It's correlated.
One of them things. Other than that is T-shirt. All right, so 888-429-0941. You can call or you can text and get in on any query that you have. There's nothing too strange to ask us. Trust me, we discussed prison this morning.
Yep.
Yeah, at least.
So let's see. I have one here that says any doc. And
Okay.
you only get 60 seconds. It's a 60-second session. Because we did talk about that last week. Because people keep, adding to the story. Just give us the story, and then we'll give you a 60-second response.
Go from there.
Because other than that, you got to pay extra.
Yeah.
Okay. This says, any doc. My man and I argue about everything. Really, the only time that we're at peace is when we're, I'll say, hunching.
Okay.
It's not that we fight, but we just argue from little stuff to big stuff. And I need to know how to help us just do better.
I don't want to be in a relationship where every single thing that comes out of my mouth or everything pisses me off that you say back and forth. I don't know if you're really meant to be with somebody where everything is an argument day in and day out. That's just me personally. Don't you want to be in just a relationship where it's set on cruise control and you can just live and somebody respects you for your opinion and vice versa?
That's not reality.
I think a big thing in this situation is you don't always have to be right, and you don't always have to say the last word.
Nah.
Sometimes just let them have it.
Yeah.
And
that's
hopefully
the big one right
That goes
there.
both ways.
Yes, absolutely, 100%.
Yeah.
It goes both ways, but hopefully that'll rub off on your partner as well.
That's good advice right there. Because sometimes the last word, and you don't have to be right. Because sometimes you might not be right.
Right.
For sure.
So just why don't you just take a mulligan sometimes? Especially if you said it's little stuff to big stuff. Pick your battles.
Yeah.
You know, and you ain't got. I mean, ain't nothing wrong with arguing either. Arguing is this nothing but aggravated.
When it's important,
debate.
you
it's
don't.
It's a debate. It don't sound like she said they ain't fighting.
Okay. Whoa.
They just argue.
I know people personally looking at Davi.
Nah.
He likes to debate.
I do.
Big and small. And not that you do this all the time, but I can only imagine being with a person where everything is a debate. Everything. And if it doesn't go that person's way, then it escalates into an argument for this certain situation for this texter. So I don't know if I would be in a relationship where everything is like that. You can improve yourself, but that's a learned behavior. And who knows if they're going to improve over time.
There you go.
I got one from Meredith out the 863. It says,
"Oh, sweet Meredith,
sweet Meredith.
sweet Meredith."
It says, I recently married. We're going on 7 months, but we've been together for 6 years. I recently found out between that time from a family member on his side that he was sleeping with an ex a few years ago.
Oh my
Mind you, this was over 3 years ago. I definitely feel some type of way about it now, but then again, we are married now. Should I bring this up? It's making me feel like our relationship has been a lie.
Hell yeah, you're going to be. Hell yeah, I'm bringing that up. What, just because you're married now, it negates everything you did beforehand? No.
Does it matter though?
It does to me. 100%.
Does it matter? As far as you, you're married to him.
You're asking my opinion? Absolutely, it matters to me, and we have to talk about it because I'm never, ever going to get past this. I'm going to have issues with trust unless we talk it out thoroughly and I understand exactly what happened.
Okay, can we look at it this way just as far as, if you take a job, a new job, and you have, you had an old job, but you just got the probationary period going with the new job. And so maybe you still go back to your old job just to kind of see your old coworkers.
If we were in a committed relationship,
else. It's kind of like that though. It's he was kicking the tires trying to see if I'm gonna stay with this girl because I still got this. But then he quit it and said, you know what, I'm gonna commit to this. And now y'all have made it to 3 years of marriage. You know what I'm saying? So
I can't not bring it up. It's just going to fly out of my mouth.
Remember we said, pick your battles? I think this is something you don't... I think this is something you don't need to bring up.
Yeah, because it's convenient for him to not have to deal with what he did. But now I have to deal with it mentally and physically every single day.
Do you have to deal with it, though? You could just put it away.
No, I can't just keep that in a box and lock it up. Me, personally, we're going to have to talk it out. I can't ignore that ever.
Dr. Davi, you up next.
Okay.
Dr. Davi, how do I get my grown-ass brother / roommate to clean and move out by a date before November?
Oh, my God.
My fiance and I need our space and especially a clean house. I ask him, and he just decides that he's staying until November, even though we've agreed on July when he moved in. I don't want to kick family to the curb with an eviction, but I need my space and I need cleanliness.
You have to set an ultimatum. I'm not big on ultimatums in relationships, but in something like this where you have a third party, a third wheel, somebody interfering with what you and your significant other are trying to build, you have to set a solid date and then help them out and then check in on that date. Hey, how's it looking? Do you need help finding apartments? Are you able to save money? How's your job?
Countdown on, boy.
Yeah, the countdown's on. But you can't just let this linger for forever because in July, it'll have been a year. That's a really long time. That's when a favor that you did turns into now somebody's taking advantage of you. It's easy to sit on somebody's spare bedroom or their couch and not pay rent or just pay a fraction of the money that household requires. You got to put your foot down and say, hey, it's been long enough. It's not like I'm trying to kick you out next week, but we need a game plan. And
there's never going to be enough time either. Because
right.
Whatever time you kick them out, whatever deadline, is going to be done. They're going to be like, oh, well,
try to extend
trying
it.
to kick me out. Like, yo, I gave you a deadline. But if they get mail at your house, then you can't evict them. Like, you can't put them out.
You have to go through the process.
You got to go through a legal process.
You have to give them ample time.
Yeah.
And he's dirty, too?
Right.
That's not cool.
Now you're a dirtbag.
Now you're just used to everything.
That's even worse, all right?
Out the 813, it says, this one's for Orlando. I am a single mom of 4 boys with a very busy schedule. I chose to be celibate for the past 3 years. I'm ready to start dating again. Where do I begin?
Oh, wow. Good for you.
Been celibate for 3 years?
3 years and has 4 kids.
Ooh.
Reset.
Okay, well, don't sneeze.
What?
I'll tell you that. You gonna explode. Where do you begin? I mean, you begin slowly. Like, just, I know your mind has said you're ready. Your body has told you you're ready. So now you just got to pick carefully because there are people out there who might not take your 3-year sabbatical and treat it with as much care as you would. You don't want to just, I look at it as this. You've reclaimed something in 3 years. Whether it's your lack of being attached to somebody else, codependency, whatever, you've claimed something and reclaimed it, and you walk out there and just give it to some dude, and you're gonna lose it. You know what I'm saying? So give it to somebody who's worth it instead of just handing it away. It's like, eating healthy for 3 years and then all of a sudden you go out on some bender and gain all the weight back. So don't gain. And the weight here is emotional baggage, is drama, is him and his baby mama and his side pieces and all that. So pick very carefully. That's what I will say. Pick carefully. Don't be in a rush now. Now that you've opened the door, somebody's going to come through, but don't just rush out and be like, hey, this is a coochie party. Like, don't just go, don't do that. Don't do that.
Be selective.
Pace yourself and select the person because you've basically purified yourself out. It's like you went on one of those cleanses. You've cleansed yourself out of everything. So watch what you throw in there now.
I think that's great. I totally agree.
I think it's great, the term coochie party.
That just naturally flew out of his mouth, by the way.
Especially with your suit and tie on. It sounded brilliant.
We're so proud of you. Oh, my God. I got one for you guys. This is for the room. Okay, so my daughter was able to access some extremely graphic images. A boy in our classroom told her to Google a certain word. She did it from my laptop, and she was supposed to be doing a school lesson only to use my computer with no filters because the school computer was broken. My question is, how do I explain these things to her? Because what she saw was pretty bad.
Did it say the age?
No, there's no age. It says it was highly inappropriately. I had to shut down the internet for a while. You can't take back what they saw.
Yeah, you can't, but you just got to tell them that certain things are for certain ages. Like, you're not going to understand that until you get older.
Mm-hmm.
Push it that way. Like, because I mean, my daughter Googled something basically from somebody, like said, hey, Google this. And everything.
Yeah.
And I get a phone call from my mama saying, oh, my God, I went in there and she was looking at
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So it's like you just have to tell them, like, hey, some stuff you see on the internet is not for you. and it's you're too young to understand. There's some stuff that married people do. I'm sure those people on that video were married.
Oh, yeah. Try to
and they love
fluff it up a little bit.
So you don't even need to discuss that until you get married.
Right.
She loved both of those boys?
Yeah, that was called a love roller coaster.
Right.
It was like, roller coaster of love.
Is there a conversation in this to be had about like cybersecurity, about not clicking random links that somebody sends you or something? Because I think that probably should be part of it too, no?
Yeah.
Or, that would work. Or do it the other way and just lie. Because some parents out there lie well, and you have her show you what she saw, and you're like, oh, you've tapped into somebody's bad internet. That's not for you, and just do it that way and say, oh, this was a mistake. That's not supposed to be up there.
So we're not going to talk about sex at any moment or have the conversation
because we don't know how old she is.
Right. Okay.
Yeah. So, I mean, if you tell us
That's
the age,
true.
then that depends on how much information you get them. You don't want to be the honest parent that's giving all that honesty at 6.
Yeah. Ooh,
you know what I'm saying? That's
too
much.
young.
That's too much honesty right there.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, about 11, yeah, go ahead and give them. Tear off the Band-Aid then. But at 6, yeah, that Elmo's tripping.
That's a little too much.
Meredith, we got one for you. It says, how do I convince my wife to get a boob job when she was already not for it, but was considering it when her friend got one done? However, her friend is now constantly complaining about the pain from the results, and they don't look symmetrical. Granted, it's only been 2 weeks.
Oh, yeah. You got to wait till they drop, and you have to massage them. There's a lot of things that have to happen. Okay. Well, if you're going to go on this path, buckle up, my friend, because you could get some blowback, basically. And then she might have some self-confidence issues, like you don't like her body the way it is now. So be prepared for all the backlash if she doesn't seem interested. But you are in luck because she was interested before. I would kind of bring it up again and be like, hey, was your friend asking? Was she saying she didn't like them? Start there. And then slowly go like, well, what do you think about you eventually doing that? Make it all about her. And then I would say definitely go to a different doctor if she's not happy.
This is where honesty gets bad. Because, see, you guys, remember you asked, like, how do I look in this outfit? Do I look fat in this outfit?
I want to know if I look fat in an outfit,
right.
though.
You totally want to know, but you don't want to know from your man who you love.
Yeah.
You don't. And I think the honesty of her saying she wanted it, you now have to, like, goad her into it without pushing.
Right.
You don't want to make her feel bad.
Different avenue.
But you do want to support her and say, hey, just, I know you were interested in that and you wanted some info on it. I got you some more with these guys because I heard people talking about it at the office. I don't know if you care about this, and toss it down and then walk away. Because you don't want to act like it's all about that.
Right.
It's like, baby, and keep telling her, baby, I love you like you are.
Right. Your body's fantastic.
Right. And even though you looking at her chest like, yo, I really want them bigger.
Mm-hmm.
But don't say that.
Ever.
Don't ever be that honest
Right.
with her. If
Right.
she looks fat in that outfit, don't be that honest in that outfit. Like, just there's sometimes that love and honesty don't go together.
Well, you need to sugarcoat things. There's a way to say things the right way.
It's like, babe,
But
I knew you was interested in that thing, and she had that whack doctor that had her all hurt and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So I brought these flyers from some people at the office that was talking about it. I don't know if you care about it. All right, I'm going to the gym.
Oh, my God.
And walk away.
Do not do that.
Yeah.
I got some
baby,
flyers.
Hey, baby, you have breasts. Ew. Matter of fact, I heard them at the office talking about it. I'm like, I don't want to have that conversation. I only talk about bitties and kitties with my lady.
Use your friend as the outlet.
I just think trying to convince someone, if it's your wife, it's your girl, if it's a friend, trying to convince somebody to get a boob job in itself is you're traveling up a slippery
But
slope.
she brought it up.
She was down already.
But maybe she was down because she knew he wanted it. So maybe she was just kind of playing that game. Okay, I'll think about it. Because he said, yeah, she didn't want it, and then she was considering it. So maybe she was considering it because she was considering him.
Yeah, but
and
you don't
his
know what
feelings.
goes in our mind. I mean, we think about this plastic
But
surgery all the
if
time.
you wanted to do it, you would do it.
Not necessarily.
You
It's
don't
expensive.
I don't think you need convincing. You don't need somebody to push
I
you
know
into that
there's
direction.
been many things that I've done after I seen a friend do it first.
Mm-hmm.
Because I'm like, yo, I want to make sure you don't die.
Yeah.
All right, you cool? All right, and then so I'm sure she's waiting to see, like when you said when it drops.
Yeah,
and the
give it
muscle,
3 to
the
6
muscle
months.
does what it's supposed to do.
Yes.
Like I saw somebody the other day we know that got like an operation with the Brazilian butt
Right.
lift. And
Yeah.
tummy tuck, snatching and yanking
Everything.
and all that stuff.
Bitchin'.
And honestly, I couldn't watch any of it because the person's been doing updates online
Yes.
for everybody, which I don't even know why that's going
I
on.
appreciate updates and it looks good,
But
sometimes it doesn't look
I
good.
don't like to see all of the like drainage and the stuff and all of the like bandages. And I'm like, who wants to see this? Like, show me the finished product. I don't want to see all the bruising and you talking about all that. Like, some people need to see that before they
Make the
move
decision.
forward.
Yeah.
But I ain't one of them people. So I think with this, she didn't want to know she didn't want to know how the sausage was made.
Right. She wants
just
to
wants
see
the end result.
Exactly.
So concentrate on the end result. Say, hey, babe, if you want that, that's good for you. But other than that, you're perfect.
Yeah.
And
That's a
let
great
her
word.
figure it out.
Perfect. Your
Perfect.
body is perfect.
Your body is perfect. There's many dudes who out there who have said that, and honestly, they was lying.
Oh my God.
Because
that is-
but it's only a lie because you left off 2 words. Perfect for me.
Uh-huh.
See,
Now you
'cause-
lying to me to my face.
No, perfect for me. You perfect for me. I married you. You mine. You got the key codes and all that stuff. You perfect for me.
You're
not
smiling
perfect,
right now.
but you're perfect for me. But I ain't gonna say for me because that's gonna make you feel some type of way. So baby, you're perfect.
Space.
Dot. There we go. All right, it's a wrap. Therapy Thursday is done.